Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeff Davis, Chair of the Board of Directors of SDHC Building Opportunities, Inc. It is now 1:04 on February 12th, 2024, and I am calling to order today's special meeting of the board. We are meeting in person with board members, staff, and general counsel in attendance. We have a quorum with 3 board members present. Members of the public who wish to provide comments to the board will need to complete a speaker slip here in the boardroom and submit it to our communications officer, Scott Marshall, who is standing at the side of the boardroom. To speak in favor of any item on today's agenda, please submit the gold-colored form. To speak in opposition to any agenda item, please submit the pink-colored form. Those who wish to address the board about a topic that is not on the agenda should fill out a white speaker request form. Members of the public will each have 3 minutes to provide their comments about agenda items or non-agenda public comment. If there is a large number of people who wish to provide non-agenda public comments or speak on a single agenda item, comments will be limited to 1 minute each. Collective testimony by those who support or oppose an item shall be limited to no more than 15 minutes total per side. When I call your name, please step to the podium, state your name for the record, and begin making your comment. It appears that no speaker slips have been submitted for non-agenda public comments. So next I'll ask if any board members would like to make any comments this afternoon.
No.
Seeing none, we'll move on to item 100. The first item on our discussion agenda is the authorization to take actions to facilitate assistance for households affected by storms, storm-related flooding, or other natural disasters in the city of San Diego. We'll take public comment after the staff presentation. San Diego Housing Commission Vice President of Financial Operations, Kristal Vanderwent, will present this item. Please go ahead and begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon, Chair Davis and board members. For this item, I'd like to start off with a bit of background information. On January 22nd, 2024, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria declared a local state of emergency in the city of San Diego due to a record-breaking rainstorm and ensuing flooding that occurred that day. The County of San Diego followed suit with a county-wide state of emergency ratified by the Board of Supervisors on January 24th. On January 23rd, California Governor Gavin Newsom also declared a state of emergency in San Diego and Ventura counties due to the impacts of the winter storms. On January 30, 2024, the County Board of Supervisors approved actions towards storm response and recovery, including reallocating $10 million in American Rescue Plan Act Evergreen resources to fund those impacted by the emergency. In the aftermath of the storm and flooding, which displaced many City of San Diego residents from their homes, the Housing Commission established an incident command structure and implemented programs to provide emergency hotel placements for City of San Diego households. This program is intended to serve as a bridge until the Emergency County of San Diego resources become available. On Thursday, February 1st, the Housing Commission formally launched the Hotel Shelter Program. Housing Commission staff members have been conducting housing assessment at shelters and resource locations in the city's most impacted areas, and started working through referrals provided by community-based organizations. As of this past Friday, February 9th, 214 households have been placed in hotels, and many more were placed over the weekend. In the meantime, the San Diego Housing Commission Building Opportunity, Inc., also refers to as BOI, has been soliciting donations to support these efforts. Staff respectfully request that the board authorizes for SDHC BOI to take action to facilitate assistance for households affected by the storms, storm-related flooding, and other natural disasters in the city of San Diego. The specific actions are listed in your discussion agenda and essentially cover authorizing BOI to accept donations for this program, donations and grants for this program, and to enter into an agreement to grant the Housing Commission the donation and grant funds received to cover the expenses occurred in providing storm relief assistance. I do want to point in the agenda, all 5 items for actions are listed and described. I do want to make a couple corrections. So in the first one, it mentioned for BOI to accept donation, it should state to accept donation and grants. And in the item number 4, which authorize for BOI to take any and all actions through Renais's CEO and administration officer. This should only state administration officer Deborah Fisher-Falk. I'm here for any question you may have.
Thank you very much, Cristal. All right, it appears we have no speaker slips for item 100, so this concludes the public comment period for this item. Board members, do you have any questions or comments, or do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that includes accept donations and grants added.
I'll second the motion with the amendments made by Cristal.
Excellent. I also will be voting in favor, and so that motion carries unanimously. So we'll move on to item 101. Item 101 is to amend our bylaws to increase the number of members on the board and to confirm the appointment of Housing Commission President and CEO Lisa Jones to this board. We will take public comment after Board Member Suket Dayal presents this item. Please begin when you're ready.
Thank you. I think Building Opportunities, Inc. is a great example of nonprofits that organically evolve based on our resources, the issues at hand, and the networks that we create. We're sharpening our focus. A good example is the item that was presented by Cristal Vanderwood regarding the emergency housing. We were nimble, we were able to react fast, but at the same time, we do want to continuously encourage a variety of experiences and a variety of voices and diverse voices on our board. So given that, I would like to recommend that we approve an amendment to our bylaws that changes our composition to a 5 board members, one of whom will be the San Diego Housing Commission's president and CEO. And before I conclude my comments, I want to pass it on to Chuck for any legal implications or issues.
Yes, I just would want to note one item, that the president and CEO of the commission will sit ex officio in that position. So not every year from here on out, they won't have to appoint that body. And it's certainly fine there's no legal prohibition against a board member making a report.
That concludes my presentation.
Okay, thank you both. Again, it appears no speaker slips have been submitted for item 101, so that concludes the public comment period for this item. Board members, do you have any questions or comments, or do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion with the correction of striking chief executive officer for me and just the administrative officer.
All right. So with that amendment, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. With that motion and a second, and I will also be voting in the affirmative, that passes unanimously. So this concludes the board's special meeting today. We are adjourned at 9:14. Have a great day.